Hey y'all, happy holidays. It's Angela from Music Strong, which if you're watching this on my page, you know who I am. But I was just thinking the other day, I haven't gone live in forever. And I thought that instead of sending emails and being, seeming really impersonal, I thought I would take a second and see if I can connect with you guys in person live, right? And show you some of the stuff that I do. And I'm going to try some stuff and see if I can do like a whiteboard. Whiteboard? What am I talking about? See if I can show you, like, share my screen and show you exactly what there is. I get a lot of questions on what the heck is fitness for musicians? Oh, that's cool. What does that mean? Does that mean you run with a guitar on a treadmill? All kinds of silly questions. Oh, that means you work on your breathing, stuff like that. So, um, I thought I'd clear the air and share what all that means and show you some of the things and the tools that I use. And if you're looking for gifts, they might make great gifts for you or somebody else. And there's some coupon codes and things that might be helpful. So, fitness for musicians, what is it? Well, the short version is I'm a personal trainer and I'm a corrective exercise specialist. And what I've done is I take those aspects and I combine them to find out where you, as a musician, have your individual muscle imbalances. We all have muscle imbalances, and that's fine. Doesn't mean they're bad. So, the way I like to say it is like, okay, so if you have a pitcher has one arm in baseball that is stronger than the other. Does that mean that both of his arms need to be the same strength? No. But could that imbalance get out of control to cause him issues later? Sure. So, same with you. If you hold an instrument, so I'm a flute player, right? This is an asymmetrical instrument, meaning we play it on one side versus both sides, right? So, where I have one arm out to the side, one arm that comes in front, and then I tilt my head to the right and look to the left, and there's a whole bunch of asymmetries going on and stuff, right? So over time, when you think about musicians, when we say musicians or athletes, people go, "Oh yeah, huh, athletes of the small muscles." No, you don't have to be chasing a ball down a field to be considered an athlete, right? We're not athletes of the small muscles. Well, not of just the small muscles. We're athletes of all muscles. You use your entire body to play your instrument, right? So, what I do is I take your body and how you play your instrument. So, I take the posture into consideration. So, say you play bass, right? So, your hand is out this way, it's internally rotated. Other hand comes forward, is internally rotated, but I'm sorry, this is externally rotated, internally rotated. You never go this way. And you think, how many hours a day do musicians play? Well, how many hours do they practice? How many hours is a gig? Here in Nashville, a gig can be anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, potentially 12, just depending. I'll be in Florida playing with the symphony next week, and we've got, I think it's going to be about 5 hours a day that we'll be playing. So you take that posture and you multiply it, how many hours a day? Multiply that by decades, and you can see where those imbalances come into play, right? So that's where we get injuries. We get overuse injuries, things like carpal tunnel syndrome, things like cubital tunnel syndrome, things like cervical radiculopathy, which is what I'm dealing with, tendonitis, overuse injuries, things like where the muscles that when we say overuse injuries, what we mean is that it's not just that they're overused. It means that, number one, maybe there's an imbalance that's contributing to the other muscles not being able to pick up the slack of holding that position. So as a bass player, well, let's say it's a flute player. As a flute player, you're not able to hold this position for hours at a time, so you start drooping, right? Well, your core isn't strong enough. Well, your delts don't have the endurance that they need. Maybe your core muscles, your glutes, your neck, I mean, these are all these things, right? So the thing is, as we're looking at your instrument, you've got these imbalances going on, and one is that the muscles have to have enough endurance to keep doing what they're doing. And you don't just get that endurance by playing more. That's how you get injured, right? So we have to increase the endurance and the strength of those muscles, including the surrounding muscles, so you can play longer, stronger, and pain-free. And how we do that? We've got a couple of different things. I want to showcase a couple of different items that are on sale right now. Well, one of them isn't. Anyway, the things that I use all the time. So I've got this is called a massage gun. I'm sure you've seen these all over the place. This is the one that I use. And the reason I like it so much is from Jaku. There you go. And I'll put links all these down below. The reason I like this one so much, it's got 5 speeds. The battery life on this thing, it just lasts forever. I mean, I think I've charged it once in the last few months. We have been using 2 of them at my gym for years. Daily use, heavy daily use for years, and they just now broke. That says something, right? So they're incredibly well made. They're ergonomically friendly. This is the big one, but they also make small ones. I think this is the Muscle Blaster V2 or something. But they make smaller ones. They make little bitty guys that are about this big. You know, take this black part here, and that's about the size of it. And they make little tiny ones. They're great for, you can take them on a plane. You don't have to worry about checking them. It comes with its own little case, right? And it comes with all these different attachments. So you get these other attachments. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, there we go. So you've got a flat attachment. You've got a little bullet here, and then you've got this little goalpost looking thing. It's really nice for different areas of the body. Like this, I tend to use sometimes up in here. You don't want to go on bones, and you don't want to go, you want to go around the bones. So areas where you can get in between some of the bones of the forearm is really nice. There's 5 different speeds. Why would you want to use this is a question I get. Well, the funny thing is, every time I get that question, I give this to someone and say, hey, use it here. And they go, oh, that's nice. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to turn it on and show it. Okay. So I'm going to use it on my chest because your chest is kind of hard to massage anyway. That's nice. You're looking for tender points. You're just looking for things that kind of hurt already, and you're trying to get them to calm down. Oh yeah, right there. It's nice. It's not too bad, thankfully. Right? But if you spend a lot of time at maybe a keyboard, whether it's a piano or, computer keyboard or anything, if your arms are in front, or you play bass or violin or anything like that, I mean cello, your arms are going to be in front of you a lot. Guitar, right? So all these areas tend to be kind of tight. So it allows you to massage areas that are hard to get to. Also use it on things like your butt, your back, your pocket muscles. I call them pocket muscles. It's actually a muscle called your TFL, and your TFL stands for tensor fascia lata, which turns into your IT band. Do not foam roll your IT band, FYI. It won't get any better. It'll just hurt like the dickens. Check out your TFL, right? So that's probably the culprit that's causing the problem. And if you want to get one of these, they're having a Black Friday sale. It was 50% off, I think. Every day it goes down a little bit. Yesterday was 40%. Today's 30%. But if you use code MUSICSTRONG at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% off. And I think they're throwing in extra stuff. I don't know if it's like an extra massage gun or an extra t-shirt or something. They also have some cool stuff if you're into running. Stuff like parachutes and things like timing watches and stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, check out Jawku, Jawku. Go to their website and check them out, okay? So the next thing that I have, this is my favorite device ever. It's from Arm Aid. This dude, this helps you massage your own forearms because our forearms get no love. They get no love, right? We overuse them like crazy. We type, we text, we drive, we eat, we play. And when do we ever stretch them out? We don't. But here's the thing. If you don't massage them first, the stretches aren't going to be as effective. So massaging them first really helps. And I've done tons of videos on this, but I'll just keep it super brief. If you use code MUSICSTRONG-FB, like Facebook, you get 10% off. Hey! And you just go to their website, armaid.com. All of this is going to be these are all in my shop, which is super handy. But let me show you how to use it. So real quick, what you do, can you see this? Okay. So you can flip it to do either side. You can adjust it so it's wide or it's narrow, depending on the size of your own arm. So say we're going to do this side. I'm going to roll this through. You never roll over a joint. You never roll over a bone. Okay. You're going to roll in between. That is so nice. Ooh, right there. Yeah. You're going to roll right in between the muscles, the bones of your forearm. Oh, every time I demonstrate this, I'm reminded why I need to do this myself. It feels so nice, right? So you're just going to go back and forth looking for those tender spots. And I'm squeezing up here too, right? It's not like a small, I'm not doing this and feeling, I see people do this a lot. Oh, I don't feel anything. And they're like down here. They're not even on the thing. You're trying to get this yellow ball in between the bones of your forearm right here, right? So you're looking for a tender spot, you can, right there, that's these guys. You find it, you hold it, you get it to relax. You can also use it for your biceps, for your triceps. You just make it a little wider, right? Go all the way through there. These are notoriously hard to get, right? So that's why I like this. It weighs virtually nothing. It's pretty indestructible. It's made out of hard plastic. Comes with its own little carrying case. It also comes with all these nifty little tools. So if you get the full package, it's got all of these different attachments. So this is for if you are very tender and you've got maybe some kind of injury already. This is rubber, it's a little more grippy. This is the same as the other plastic balls, it's just smaller. So I think it comes down to personal preference, but that's the arm aid. So getting into it, there's a couple of things. Let's see if we've got a way to do this. Oh shoot, I thought there was a way to do, does anybody know how to do this? I want to show you my screen and I don't see a way to do it, darn it. I thought there was. Anyway, I do have another sale that's going on at the moment. Excuse me. The sale that I've got going on right now is if you buy my book, The Musician's Essential Exercises, you will get an instrument-specific workout for free. And that workout can be any workout you want. I think I have about 27 different recorded workouts. They are in video format, but they also come with a PDF download that has extra videos with them. So you get the Musician's Essential Exercises, which is the book that explains all of the different types of exercises and why you need them as a musician. These are the basics of form. These are the exercises you need. It comes with workouts in the back, basic, just a quick little exercise flow if you're backstage and something's tight, or you're on tour and you have a full gym or whatever. It comes with all that. It also comes with the playlist, so you can see all the videos that go with the book and the exercises in the book, because don't leave you hanging. What if you don't know how to do those exercises, right? So we've got that. And then the instrument-specific workouts, if it would, shoot, I totally thought I could share my screen on this, but I guess not. Bummer. The kind of defeats the purpose of what I was going to do today. Darn. The instrument-specific workouts are based on your instrument. So if you go to musicstrong.com, you'll see that. Actually, I'm going to drop the link for all of this, but my book, if you go to this link below, you can just pick the workout that you want and it'll be emailed to you after you buy the book. And it doesn't matter if it's in print or if it's ebook. Okay. So that is a special that's going on now through December 26th. After that, it just goes right back to its regular price. So that's it for my sales at the moment. I do have a couple other programs and I don't really talk about them a whole lot. And this is the part where I really wanted to show my screen, and I don't think Facebook Live allows us. I thought they did, but apparently not. If anybody knows, holler at me how to do it. Apparently it's not working. But if you go to musicstrong.com and you go to the top of the page, click on Work With Me, right? And then you go to you can see personal training. And so I do online coaching. So that means if you don't live in Nashville and you would like to have a personal trainer write you a program that is specific to you, I would be the one to do that. And I deliver your workout in an app for you with everything is there to date. And I would like to show you that, but I'm going to have to do it on another platform, I guess. Darn it. But yeah, you get your workout delivered, and every single exercise has its own video, and you know exactly what to do. So it leaves nothing to chance, right? So you feel really supported. You have access to me through messaging. It's super easy. You can also send me videos so I can see what you're doing, which it's really kind of nice, right? So if you need some feedback, like, hey, how's my form? Does this look okay? You can shoot a video of yourself doing that exercise. I'll see it. Drop it in the notes or in the chat. Either way, I'll see it. It's really nice, right? Also under Work With Me, there's also personal training, which you can see me. You can see me in person. But if you go to online/non-personal, you've got the instrument-specific workouts. You've got also the COVID Comeback Challenge. So if you haven't seen this, what this is it's a workout that I really designed to help people get back into playing shape after they've taken an extended period off, like we did with COVID, right? When we had some musicians played the whole time and others, they didn't really do much of anything. And then suddenly they went from 0 to 100. Now they're hurting, right? So this can be done after you've had surgery, taken some time off, an extended vacation, whatever. You can do it for that. So what it is, you've got the option of a 6-week kind of an advanced program. So say you haven't taken a very long time off, it's more of a short time and you just need something to get back into it, but you're really familiar with workouts. That's that 6-week program. Then there's also a 12-week program, which is more for people who are like, I'm coming at this from scratch, it's been a really long time. And what you get with the COVID comeback, it's not just you get the access to the workout in the app the way it was the way I was telling you about the online training. So you get nutritional guidance, you get a habit changing course. So that's a 10-week course. So 10 out of the 12 weeks you're getting that. You also get some extra goodies in your emails that's going to help you with your food and your nutrition, your water intake, your sleep. You're going to get the actual workouts. You're going to get instrument specific workouts, and you're going to get it's not just workouts designed for different body parts. It does get into that by month 3, but there's also stuff like the neck pain protocol and the forearm happiness flow, things that will help you get those smaller muscle groups back to where they need to be. So you'll find like if they work for you, you can keep doing them. And if they don't, you say, well, I learned something new, and you move on, right? So that's the difference between those 2 programs. And I think there might be a couple, it's like, it's asking you, do you want to, push the reset button? Would you like to just start over and be ready to go, right? And so you also get increased confidence, better mood, less inflammation, increased energy, all those kinds of things, right? So that's kind of fun. Something else that I do is I do workshops. So if you are a teacher and you're interested in injury prevention for your students or your flute club or whatever, I do workshops. I do in-person residencies. And I can do anything from a 1 to 2 to 3 hour workshop to 2 full days. And I'll get into that in a second, but I would love to do a workshop for you or your group or your club or whatever, your guild, your studio, whatever it is, because, what's funny is when we're taught music, we're not really taught much about our bodies. And when they break, we're just told to figure it out or press on and hope for the best. And hope is not a strategy. Right? And there's so many doctors that'll just tell you to quit playing. And that's not okay. It's not the answer. Rest is not rehab. And that's why I do what I do, because I'm really passionate about you living your best life, your strongest, healthiest life. And it doesn't mean you have to fling around barbells and stuff if you don't want to, but it does mean that you need to understand your body and how it relates to your instrument and build that strength and endurance so you can play longer and stronger. And if you do have an injury, you should know what to do about it, right? To that end, I can teach you that in those workouts, some of it in the workouts, in those workshops. To that end, the last thing I have, if you go to the top of the page where it says work with me, go to the drop down, go to where it says job security, which I know is kind of a goofy name, and I'm going to be transitioning out of that very soon. I am actually working on finishing a certification program. So I've been doing this for almost 15 years. And one of the things that I get comments about a lot is, is there somebody that does what you do where I am? And the answer is most often, always no. And that shouldn't be that way. I would love for this course to be taught in schools. It should be part of your curriculum. I would love for teachers to be certified in this so they can help their students prevent this kind of injury. I mean, I've been injured 4 times. There's no excuse for that. And I mean, I knew a lot about the body going forward, but I didn't know what I know now. So I would like to pass that along and share that with you guys. So the job security program, soon to become the Music Strong certification program, it's a course that I give you up to a year to complete it. And then you get lifetime access to everything in there. It's meant to be done in 90 days if you really want to do it, right? There's all kinds of different modules that take you from body awareness. We learn about it. We have basically 3 tenets of why musicians get injured. Number 1 is the mental part of it, the mental and emotion part. There's a stigma around getting injured, right? Well, if someone If I tell somebody I'm injured, I won't get the gig. Then they won't call me. Well, I better just push through and suck it up. Or maybe I don't have time. Well, if I don't have time and then someone goes, oh, well, they're injured. And then people see you as kind of less than. That's ridiculous. You don't do that with athletes. Why are we any different, right? So the one part about this is that we deal with the stigma, we deal with mindset, and that all has to do with lack mindset, because musicians are huge on this lack mindset business. Ever heard of musicians are broke? Well, we don't have to be, nor should we be. And it just is up to us to start taking ownership of that and saying that's not true, and we're going to charge what we're worth. And it starts with that. And there's so many more opportunities to make music than teaching or playing in a symphony. There's so many more opportunities, especially in Nashville. Like, you can see that here. It's so easy, right? So that's part of it. We deal with the mental and emotional part. Then we get into identifying muscle imbalances, right? So I teach you how to find your own muscle imbalances and those in other people. And then I teach you what to do about it. How you're going to write your own corrective exercise training program based off what you see. I teach you about the anatomy. We learn about the muscles of the forearm and the body and the back and the shoulder and the neck. You're going to learn a lot of anatomy. You're going to learn how the body moves and works. You're going to learn about the different instruments and their postures and how this matters when it comes to finding muscle imbalances. Then you're going to learn how to identify those muscle imbalances. Then you're going to learn what to do about it. And then that third part is the strength and endurance part, because, okay, now I know what to do, but I don't know what to do. Like, how do I develop a training program? And you're going to learn how to do that. So by the end of this, you will be able to be certified as a Music Strong certified trainer, which is pretty exciting, because that leads me to the last part, and that is the Musicians Wellness Center that I am focused on opening here in Nashville as soon as possible. And I'm going to need trainers, and I'm going to need practitioners. And you know what? You don't have to want to be a personal trainer to become Music Strong certified. You could be a physical therapist. You could be a chiropractor, a massage therapist. You could be a neurokinetic therapist. You could be an acupuncturist. You could be a counselor. You could be anything. You just be a music teacher. You don't have to have any background. Ideally, you have a background like a DPT or CPT, but if you don't, that's why I make it so detailed, just in case you don't. But you might be a little more overwhelmed if you don't have that kind of a background. But if you do, it's going to be right up your alley. So the Musicians Wellness Center that I'm working on opening is I'm looking for just about every kind of practitioner you can think of, and I've given a lot of videos on that, but and I've got a whole lot of ideas. But if you know somebody who might want to be involved with that, either as a practitioner or as a donor, and like to have their name associated with it and support the first generation of musicians that are prepared to go out into the world and be like the Rolling Stones, right? Like longevity wise is all I mean. Longevity wise, right? They're able to play long and strong as long as they want, have as long of a career as they want, because they have a place to go. You have a place where you can meet with other musicians, right? You can hang out with each other. It's a safe space. You can get your workout on. You can visit with a counselor. You can do your cryotherapy. You can, there'll be childcare. You can get a massage. There's all these kinds of things, because I really want to address the musician as a whole, like just holistically, right? Because you don't just play your instrument with your fingers or your mouth, right? You play it with your entire body, and your body includes your brain. Your brain includes your mind. It includes your emotions. It includes your mental wellness and your emotional stability and all those things. And, there's just not a lot of people that understand what it's like to be out on the road or in the studio and what we do. And this place will be a great place for you to be surrounded by other people who get what you do. So I was going to show you all the special things that I can show you on that on my website, but I'm just going to go ahead and drop the links down below. So thanks for joining me. Hope you guys have a happy holiday. And if you're around tonight, I'm going to be playing with my student at her senior recital here in just a little bit. But hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining me, and have a wonderful weekend.